Today we have one of our best finishers on Sorare in a long time, like a phoenix rising. I've been so down in the dirt, I cannot get a win together. And then on one weekend, it has gone so well. I've got 6th place in Limited and 16th place in Champion Europe Rare Pro. I've been waiting so long to get a result, and 16th place, it is so good for me. I'm really proud of that. But I've got to be honest at the same time, I've had a tough couple of days. I'm not having a good time. So I'm not going to be over the top, flamboyant. It's going to seem like, maybe I'm, taking this for granted or not happy about my rewards or anything. Nothing to do with that. It's just sometimes in life, things are more important than Sorare. But let's see how we did. The Premier League Special Winter competition. I forgot I actually did really well in that as well. So not really well. I got £7 worth, but it's good to get something good. Even though how good this weekend was, and I'll show you the teams now just to go through them. Just running through the teams, analysing how they did. Champion Europe Rare Plus, we have Blaswich, Henritz, Schlanger, Openda. That's the usual team, and then we add Xavi Simons. Xavi Simons was a doubt, but he played. But he got a far worse score than the guy I brought in, my main man, Paulo Dybala. 100 points, which turns into 111 because I've held him for so long. I've got max XP, and then I boosted it up this week. So incredibly happy with the results. I might do a little short on how many points that XP or how much money that XP gain actually made me this week on just 1 week, because that'd be a cool stat. But anyway, really happy with how well this has done. And 87, no decisive actions. Like buying that Benjamin Henrichs card was fantastic. 6th place in Champion Europe, 100 from the Postman. If you remember the Postman, you're an absolute OG, and I respect you so much for that. And everyone else putting up really solid scores. A lot of players I've got large XP boosts on, and Lunin, he was the guy that got me 1st place. He's the 3rd choice goalkeeper for Real Madrid. I mean, what more can you do? Like, what about this one? Another one for the OGs. Jota. Captain Jota till I die, stealing Quinny's phrase because that's definitely his phrase, but I finally got to play him again. The team got no reward, but it's just great to see the main man. He's not doing well in Saudi, but obviously Celtic got a huge transfer fee, and like he's finally getting game time again. In the Champions League he seems to play, and he got a goal, so I hope things look up for him. Cap 240 rare was a huge disappointment, like just a red card I think it was here, and everyone else flopped. Emil Forsberg started on the bench, which is his reason. Unai Simon. Now, a lot of people look at Sorare and they look back and they think, God, this is so bad. I could have done so much better if I just put this player here and I put this player as the captain. But you've got to be realistic. You can't make the right choice with every decision. So Unai Simon, I've made the wrong goalkeeper choice. Yanis Blaswich didn't keep a clean sheet. Unai Simon did, and he got a better score. But realistically, Simon had a much harder fixture. That sort of risk reward, it wasn't there on this selection. So I'm happy with making the wrong choice. And I think more Sorare users need to understand that, to pick 5 of the best players out of 100 players, and then also to pick the best 1 in 5 chance in terms of a captain as well. You're never going to get that. It's so difficult to do. So just to have the scores come together and do well. I got 17th place. I didn't get 1st place. So what? Like 17 out of 804, absolutely unreal. 6th out of 9,600 is unreal. You don't need to think, oh God, I could have won it. You should be thankful that you've done that well. It's very difficult, and each circumstance is different to its own. Cap 220 rare. This was a weird one where I just thought, let's put the best players in this team that I have remaining, if they might play, like Xavi I was gambling on, obviously, with no goalkeeper that's playing, and see how it does. And it was going really well with the strategy until Pellegrini was randomly benched with no reason. This team was absolutely flying. I mean, look at these scores. Then we had a DMP from Marquinhos. The only thing that doesn't really annoy me about this is I didn't know if he was going to play or not. I don't think anyone does the lineups for Karazake Frontale, and I didn't look into it too much, so he could be suspended. He could have had an injury. It's very difficult to know in the J League, and they've had the Champions League, Asia Champions League as well, so it's very difficult. Cap 240, this was a bit disappointing. I was sure this team would hit the threshold. You get $5 worth of Ethereum or $5 worth in cash, depending on how you do it. And this team should have absolutely smashed it. Kelleher, all he needed to do was start and not concede 3 goals, and he conceded 3 to Fulham. But at the end of the day, when everything else has gone so well, I'm not going to complain about that. Cap 220 limited, just out of nowhere. I've obviously captained the worst possible player, I think, because he ended up on just under 50 in this, and even the goalkeeper's got 51. So yeah, I mean, you would be disappointed, but 364. I've scored 140 points over the cap. It's a fantastic score, so I'm very thankful for that. No reward because it's a long form competition, but maybe I favour that a little bit more now. All-Star Limited. Wow, how badly this crashed and burnt. So obviously Somerville, just loving at the moment. Go and check his scores if you're wanting a player. Like, I don't think he's very cheap at the minute because, you know, scores kind of dictate price, where people see people putting up good scores and they buy more of him, or they, you know, more people are attracted to him, so they buy him. But he does his usual thing, puts up a massive score as captain. Drewsbury Hall, I think, played just after him or just before. I can't really remember. He got a goal and assist. I was like, oh my God, this is fantastic. I'm just going to win All-Star Limited. And then Lucas Hernandez and Donnarumma as the partnership. Donnarumma's got sent off for like kung fu kicking someone in the head. It was just absolutely ridiculous. So that team's dead and life goes on, to be honest. Like, you put a couple of good scores together, but thankfully the rest of the team, you know, two big scores, two bad scores and a good score. It's not that deep at the end of the day. This team I expected nothing from, but we're actually just 5 points away from $8 again. So it kind of annoyed me. Like, why couldn't Jacob Ramsey get better than 16? He came off the bench and just lost a load of points. I expected him to start. I expected him to get good points, although he was 50-50. And he came off the bench. I was like, yes. And then he lost 10 points. But like I said, it's only $8. It's just one of those shoulda, woulda, coulda. Like, could have been so close to an even better game week. But we've had a fantastic game week. So let's finally get into the rewards. Thank you so much if you're watching. How much did we win in Champion Europe Limited for 6? It was the first time I've won ETH. Wow. £40. I've won £40 for coming 6th. That's absolutely huge. We've got a tier 2 rare, which will be last, or a star limited. I kind of forgot it was a star. Which one? We'll go tier 2 limited, even though it's probably worth more money. I think just a star you want to build up and just hype up. So tier 2 rare, the most expensive one probably. Canada left back? Defender? Yes! Alphonso Davies. Okay. I am pleased with that. I am very pleased with that. I want to see how much he's worth. Maybe there's a slight risk of Guerrero coming into the team and displacing him, but he's linked very heavily with Real Madrid, and like, at the end of the day, he's 22, one of the best left backs, if not the best left back in the world. So I'm not gonna go and complain about him. In terms of utility, probably not too much utility for me, except for the fact he's going to put up massive scores against low teams. Oh my. I'll need to check. Last sale, £228 I've just won, which for me, it's been a long time since I've seen rewards anywhere close to that value. I don't think the star can go wrong now. Probably shouldn't say that. I've cursed myself, but a star is going to go wrong. I have no idea who's in the star pool for limited Champion Europe this week, but I am so happy with Alphonso Davies. I'll check later. I'll check on this video if he's in the same price range. But wow, yeah, really impressed with him. He did get benched once. Maybe that's why he's dipped into bottom of the tier 2 pool. Still, this is crazy. I didn't expect anything of that value. So we'll have to see if we got lucky. That is big. Can we do the same again? A star limited, 6th place Champion Europe. Spain doesn't really narrow it down. Defender? Who's this going to be? Grimaldo. We're getting the best left backs in the world at the minute. Now, Leverkusen have been annoying me because obviously I could have stacked Leverkusen, or I could have stacked Leipzig in rare, but I didn't really have the ability to go and get the full Leverkusen players I wanted. And this is the reason. Is he injured at the minute? No, he just missed a game, which was a sub in, you know, for his national team and for Europa League, I think they're in. But yeah, I am not complaining about this at all either. Like, one of the best defenders on the game, probably one of the best cards on the game over the last 15 of 73. I think a lot of people, when he transitioned from Benfica all the way to Leverkusen, didn't think he'd understand or be able to keep up these sort of scores. But the way Leverkusen play, him and Frimpong are like right wingers at times. Like, it's literally just the most decisive wing backs you'll get. But yeah, he plays left mid, to be fair, as a defensive card. They're starting to keep clean sheets as well. Like, yeah, Leverkusen this year are on absolute fire. So not only have my lineups come together, not only have the players scored well, not only have I done well to pick the right players, the rewards have done well for me. And I said at the start of the video, I've not been having a good couple of days. So to get, a little smile on the face, to get rewards that actually mean something that I actually am happy with, it means so much. A very different My Sorare Journey episode today. This is just, raw me. It's been a little while since we were updated on the journey, and we've been low, and let's hope this isn't a high. Let's hope this is a dot on the way to higher trajectory. But besides that, drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed, and all the best, G. Cheers. Simpleton forgot to check how good the rewards were compared to everyone around him. Now this, I don't know if it's something I should do. I'm happy with my rewards. Why would I go and check? But the only reason I'm doing it is because I did promise you guys I'd check how I did. So 6th place, you can either get Sane or Grimaldo or Griezmann. That's exactly in line if you look at value. And if I look at who I want from those cards, I have no preference. I'd probably prefer Kimmich over Sane, and then from there, I don't really care between any of these guys. I would have been happy with all of them. Haaland, is that really the difference between Jude's price and Haaland's price? Someone might be very annoyed in first place here, and that's something we like to do. We are loading up the card value. Last sale Jude 228, last sale of Haaland 327, but he's got a special edition card. So yeah, it's completely in line. I think it's just that special edition is given collectors a bonus, and that bonus comes with a price. Champion Europe Rare Plus then. So first place is one Jude Bellingham. I was in 17th. I actually thought I was in 16th, but it changed and I knew it had changed, so that was my own mistake. Kieran Trippier 14th would be huge. Rashford I wouldn't really want at 15th. Celts in 16th, or Davies in 17th, and Camavinga in 18th. So if you think I finished 17th place, could have finished a couple places lower, could have finished a couple places higher. Trippier higher, unreal. If I'd finished 15th and got Rashford, I genuinely prefer Davies without checking the prices. We'll check the price in a minute. I'm just talking like, now and then. Sells a goalkeeper, a bit boring, probably helpful for the team. Wouldn't really care. Davies, obviously, I'd love. Camavinga, I'd absolutely love. Wes Foderingham, I'd absolutely hate. Concede so many goals. And ex-Rangers not going to help me. Lewandowski, I would love. I think whoever got 20th place, he's done fantastic here. Looks, 4 or 5 place out of line. Davies, Lewandowski's a really difficult toss-up. He's just so out of form at the minute, Lewandowski, but Davies could lose his position, so it'd be who I like more. I'd probably like Lewandowski slightly more, but I wouldn't care either. But yeah, fair play to 20th place. Valverde's also just flying in there at 21st place. So the reward pools aren't great, but in terms of values then, like Trippier, 293, transitions down to Rashford of 308. 308, wow, that is high. But last couple of sales, 277. Last sales 245. He's creeped up. Don't know what he's done. Maybe he had a really good game at the weekend. Gone from 244 to 298, but that's kind of just the way the market goes. You can have players rise, you can have players fall. Talking of players falling, of course, it's my player Davies, but definitely not annoyed about it in any chance. I absolutely love this card. Really happy to win that. Probably 270 to 280, maybe 260. Worst case scenario, 230. Camavinga, obviously, I think he's got a long-term injury, so he might be one of the players that just come back into the pool. I know they've just got injured players back into the pool, which I think is a really smart decision. In terms of prices, he's going to line up, pretty much just in line with Davies, maybe slightly above. Foderingham at 226, definitely a little bit below. I wouldn't want to be anywhere near this card at the minute. I think if you would have a right to say if you finish 19th, you want 20th place as reward. More expensive at the minute. Let's see what Lewandowski's saying. And just with a new manager, he could easily lose his place. Lewandowski, sorry, that's the Sorare data not working correctly. His rare price still not working correctly. Come on. His rare price 234, so probably better than Foderingham, probably worse than Alphonso Davies. So yeah, I don't think the reward pool has gone too badly there. I think I've been favoured quite nicely, fall in line with exactly where I finished, and that makes me happy. Now you can finally stop watching. Cheers.